All right, let's pull back the curtain on large language models and see what's really going on under the hood. Because let's face it, this is the technology that's pretty much changing everything. You know that feeling, right? You ask an AI to write a poem, and the response you get back is, well, it's instantaneous, it feels intelligent, it feels almost magical, like you're having a real conversation. But today, we're going to demystify that magic. We're going to uncover the incredible mechanics that make it all possible. So what's the first big secret? Well, here it is. At its core, a large language model isn't thinking the way we do. Nope, it's making unbelievably sophisticated predictions. It really all comes down to math and probability. I love this description, it's perfect. It's a highly sophisticated pattern recognition machine. Just think about it for a second. Your brain sees a furry, four-legged animal with a wagging tail, and it instantly knows, hey, that's a dog, right? That's based on all your past experiences. An LLM does the exact same thing, but with language, after analyzing billions upon billions of texts to find all the patterns in how we write and speak. Okay, so to really understand its predictions, we need to know what exactly it's predicting. And it's not just words, but these little things called tokens. These are the fundamental building blocks of text for an AI. A sentence gets broken down into these tokens, and the AI's entire job is just to predict which one comes next. And this, right here, this gets to the very heart of it. When you type, "the capital of France is," the model isn't rummaging through some giant database to find the answer. What it's actually doing is a massive calculation to figure out that, based on all the data it's ever seen, the token Paris has the highest statistical probability of being the correct next token. It's basically a next word oracle, plain and simple. All right, I know what you're thinking. If it's just predicting the next token, how on earth does it remember what you said 5 questions ago? How does it handle these really complex ideas? Well, that ability to maintain context, that's where the real game changer comes in. So before this current generation of AI, the older models, they read text one word at a time in a sequence. And the problem was they had a terrible short-term memory. I mean, by the time they got to the end of a long paragraph, they'd pretty much forgotten what the beginning was about. But the transformer architecture, oh, it's completely different. It reads the entire prompt all at once. It sees everything. And this is all possible because of a truly revolutionary concept called the attention mechanism. Think of it as the model's superpower. It allows the model to look at your entire prompt and weigh the importance of every single token in relation to all the other tokens. It just understands which words are most relevant to each other, no matter where they are in the text. This is honestly the best way to picture it. It's the difference between just reading words on a page and instantly comprehending all the relationships across an entire book. It's how an LLM knows that the word "it" in the 5th paragraph actually refers back to the transformer model you mentioned way back in the 1st paragraph. That right there is the secret to having these deep, context-aware conversations. Okay, so we've got this incredibly powerful architecture. But how does it learn anything? I mean, how do you even build one of these things? Well, it's a massive undertaking that's kind of like part library, part boot camp. First up is pre-training. This is the brute force stage, where the model is just fed a colossal amount of text from the internet. We're talking books, articles, code, you name it. Its only job is to play a giant game of fill-in-the-blanks, learning all the patterns and probabilities of language. But here's the thing, that raw model can be a bit chaotic. So next, it goes to boot camp. That's fine-tuning. This is where human trainers give it tasks, they review its answers, and they provide feedback, teaching it how to be helpful, how to be harmless, and crucially, how to follow instructions. So when we put all these different pieces together, what do we get? We start to see that what we're interacting with, it isn't some unknowable magic. It's something far more tangible, and honestly, in a lot of ways, it's even more impressive. So let's do a quick recap of the recipe. You start with an incredibly powerful prediction engine. You give it superpowers with the revolutionary transformer architecture so it has a deep understanding of context. And then you perfect it through a really rigorous 2-stage training process. These 3 pillars, working together, create the technology we're all using every single day. So the next time you use an LLM, I want you to remember the most important takeaway of all. You are not talking to a sentient mind. You are not talking to a new consciousness. What you are doing is engaging with a powerful tool, an absolutely incredible feat of human ingenuity, advanced mathematics, and just a mind-boggling amount of data. It really is the ultimate pattern machine, trained on basically the sum of human knowledge, just to predict what comes next. And, that leaves us with a final, pretty fascinating question to think about. What other patterns will it find? And what will it predict for our future?